Los Angeles, California. It's Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has banished his pants and underwear and is currently jacking his dick off to furry porn. That's Jeff Clark.
Do you see tits in furry porn?
No.
It's just a dick coming out of a mascot costume and inserting it.
And beaming to us from a furry convention, the bearded dick jacking booger bandit known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo. I almost forgot.
Shaking the cobwebs off. It's only been a week.
Feels like it's been longer.
It does. Well, first off, I just want to thank everybody in the Puminati showing me a lot of love. Means a lot. A lot of people reached out to check in on me, so much appreciated. My dad is still unconscious and on machines and stuff, but his levels are slightly getting better, so at least things are moving in the right direction. They're hoping they can get the surgery done. But, it's still going to take consecutive miracles. But, the fact that things are trending in the right direction is a good sign. So just wanted to keep everybody up to speed. That's just a quick little update. And now we can do stuff that isn't sad.
Like
talk.
what?
Probably for the best.
I thought we were all reviewing Jeff's butthole.
Is that why you have your KY jelly out?
You guys want to check out my Dune?
Check it out. I call this Shy Halud.
My Timothy Chalamet?
Well, I figured out for the 5 people that watch the show on YouTube, people seem to get very distracted by the quality of my fucking dog shit webcam that for some reason turns me blue all the time. And we discovered that if there's something in the foreground, I'm not blue anymore. I'm just my usual ghastly corpse-like pale color. And there you go. I have a bottle of KY jelly and hand sanitizer propped up on a tube of fart slime. That's no joke. There's the fart slime right there. So, there you go. Everybody on YouTube, you're fucking safe. You're safe. I got you. I got you.
We need to get our views up, though, so we can start docking KY jelly for the advertisement placement or the product placement.
Yeah, for real. This is fucking...
Why did you pick that one?
Does this look like there's a pimple under my nose?
It's a shadow, yes. It does definitely look like there's a boogie or a pimple.
Yeah, it's a shadow, but look.
A mole.
There's nothing there. It's been there for weeks. I do not have... I mean, I got zits, but I don't have one right there.
You don't have cum nose?
I don't have cum nose.
We got like a little hunting going on.
Maybe. I have a ghost hanging out by my nose.
Huh.
He teleported away from Shuddy's house. Shuddy's
afraid of ghosts, and he had his own paranormal incident. He doesn't like to talk about that. Shuddy, don't.
Do you think the ghost is at your house because you're scared of them? Because I'm not scared of ghosts, and I've never seen one.
No, I don't think that he is here because I'm scared of him. I don't think that's a thing they do.
Yeah, I don't think ghosts have fear. That's probably not an emotion.
Well, no, not fear, but I think they want to get the biggest reaction. So they find people like Shuddy Boy that are scared of ghosts.
Oh, they're ball busters,
and
huh?
Curse
Kind
them.
of like me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna go into your bathroom, take the little tube out of the toilet paper holder, and flip the roll around the other way and put it back in.
Yep, he's just gonna prank you. The tiny little annoying pranks.
Yeah, it's going to be like little monsters. He's going to put saran wrap over your toilet bowl and then close the seat on it. So when you sit down and take a shit and a piss, it's all
He's not
going
to pee in my as long as he doesn't pee in my thermos.
As long as he doesn't pee and take a shit in my bong, we'll be all set. Okay, what about this, Shuddy Boy? Would you rather do the piss shit bong thing or take a nugget of one of my poos and put it in your volcano chamber and vape it?
Neither one of those is happening.
Okay, well, I don't think you understand how games work, Shuddy.
I don't think you understand that games mean they're optional, so I'm not playing.
Well, let's consider this a Squid Game where you are incentivized greatly and really kind of pretty much need to be there.
Well,
Yeah.
show me. Fuck you, pay me. Show me the money.
Let's just
and then
assume.
we'll discuss this.
Let's just assume you're not a giant pussy and play the game for the spirit of the show. If somebody was going to set fire to your He-Man collection and they were like,
shit piss bong if I had to absolutely choose.
You know what?
I think racist against Kevin shit.
I think Shuddy made the right choice. But for posterity's sake, we should just see what happens. Does posterity mean a butt?
Do you mean posterity?
Yeah, I think you added an R that doesn't belong. You did a me.
You pulled a Jeff for sure.
Like, are you mixing up prosperity and posterity?
He sure is.
I thought one of them meant a butt. Doesn't one mean a butt?
Posterior.
That's what
posterior.
I meant. For posterior's sake, we should see what happens if you vape a turd in a volcano. We don't have to actually hit it.
Should have went with for posterity or posterity's sake. That makes more sense to me.
Whatever, Jeff. At least I know.
I'm completely lost now.
At least I know what a mammal is. Shuddy Boy was just about to vape one of his turds.
Fucking, you know what? I'm sick of getting jabbed at because of this mammal bullshit. If we went through a bunch of animals, I bet you we'd find out you don't know as much about mammals as you think you do.
There's a chance. I did have to look up if penguins were a mammal, so fuck me.
Yeah, everyone clowned on me like that. Was fucking just common knowledge.
Well, here, I'll give you
about penguins. No one's even seen a. Which one of you fucking pussies have seen a penguin?
What?
I really thought I was gonna get you there. Oh, wait.
They're not
Where do they hang
unicorns.
out?
I don't know.
All right.
The internet, photos, zoos.
Oh, come on.
Zoos.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Come
Zoos
on.
don't
How does
count?
a zoo not count?
No, a zoo counts. Kevin said the internet.
And then he said zoo immediately after that, which you then said is when you said doesn't count.
First of all, I thought he said news, and I thought you said zoo. So I was like, oh, the news doesn't count. You watching TV doesn't. We're not using that.
I saw that Jim Carrey movie where he fucks a bunch of penguins. That counts.
Mr. Poppers.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one.
Mr. Poppin' Penguins.
All right, whatever. The point.
Well, here.
You admitted my point.
I'll give
you
you
had to Google it.
I'll give you something to shit on me about. I actually threw this out there weeks ago on the Ellis Show Patreon, and I don't think anybody gave two shits, but I feel like you guys might have a little bit more insight into this.
So
Who's
what
anyone?
basically what I'm hearing is this bit didn't go over well on the Ellis Show, so we're getting the garbage.
This is like when what's his face Anthony Bourdain is talking about in The Big Short about what you do with the spare fish and you can make a stew out of it. We're just your joke stew. That's all we are.
We're Danny DeVito in Twins. We're just everything that was left over.
No, you're just a couple of fucking sniveling pussies.
All right, wait a second.
Well, it came up
where did
naturally
this-
in conversation, and I thought people were going to be like, Jesus Christ, but they just looked at me and they're like, okay. By the way, did you see Conor McGregor did something? And I was like, oh, all right, well, fuck me.
Cool MMA talk.
I feel like this is a conversation more suited for MSPH anyway, because I have like a series of reoccurring dreams that pop in from time to time. Nothing all that out of the ordinary. I have a lot of dreams that I'm just back in my childhood home, like the house I grew up in, or I have had the dream once or twice where you're in school in your underpants or whatever. And then I think I've just had different varying degrees of that same dream. Like I've talked about it on the show where sometimes I have dreams that I'm jacking off in front of people. That one has morphed into I now have a reoccurring dream that I'm constantly pissing in inappropriate places. Like I'll have a dream that I'm on vacation or something, or I'm on a trip with some people, and all of a sudden I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to piss in that trash can. And then I go over and I start pissing in a trash can, and then somebody walks in the room and they're like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you pissing in my trash can? And then I get all self-conscious. I'm like, I don't know. But I'm already peeing and I can't stop. So I just sit there pissing while they disapprovingly look at me. Or I'll piss in a sink. I've pissed in a lot of sinks and trash cans. And then sometimes it's just in the corner of a room or on a rug. But I'm always pissing somewhere, and then I get caught, and that person is not happy about it.
So I'm still with you, but where did you lose the Ellis fam? Or,
Immediately.
Yeah.
I told that story, and they were just like, cool. All right. Well, what's going on in the news?
We're trying to keep listeners, so let's not talk about that anymore.
Apparently, I'm so stupid that I don't know, maybe I've reached critical stupid saturation where it's just, I might as well have just said, hey guys, I woke up this morning and I ate an apple.
Yeah.
And I bit a little too deep into it. I got a little bit of the core and it was kind of bitter. It was gross, so I spit it out. And everybody looks at me and they're like, well, thanks for showing up, Kevin. COVID's got a new variant. It's called Optimus Prime. Whatever that new one's called. Oh, Shuddy Boy's laying down the law.
Omnicron or Omni something?
Yeah. Which
sure.
Is like
Omicron.
It's a supermarket sweeps jumbled up word that actually stands for moronic. I saw that in a few people's Instagrams. I liked it.
Really?
Yeah. We have some we have fans of all different types of backgrounds of this podcast. MSPH rolls deep. We even have some right wingers there. And I like their social media content. It's just it pisses people off, and I enjoy that, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, we know how basic you are. So Jeff, when something is rearranged to form a new word, what's that called?
I would guess an anagram. Was I wrong?
No.
That was right?
Yeah. Now, is an anagram a mammal?
No. Stop it.
Incorrect.
Come on.
Anagrams are mammals.
No. Don't get in my head. I don't need this shit right now. The fuck did Shuddy go? He just got rid of a dog, huh?
I guess so.
Want to just talk about COVID until he comes back?
Sure. Which strain do you hope to get, Jeff?
All of them. I want a nice little potpourri of COVID.
So have you ever had any reoccurring dreams?
No, I don't dream very often, actually, because, of how often I go to sleep high. I actually had the most vivid dream I've ever had, or not ever, but most vivid dream I've had in years this morning or last night. And my family and loved ones, you weren't there, Kevin, although I wish you were, had a very real conversation with me about how I should probably chill on gambling. And
whoa, you had that intervention in your dream.
Yeah, that coincided. Yeah, I was incepted. Well, it didn't really work because I do have money on the Denver Nuggets tonight. But
was Joseph Gordon-Levitt there?
No. Why would he be there? That went over my head.
He was in Inception. Never mind.
Of course. You should have went with Leo. I forgot Joseph Gordon-Levitt's even in that fucking movie. He doesn't really stand out to me. Didn't I give you a Joseph Gordon-Levitt take last week, or was that my brother?
Might have been your brother.
All right. Well, either way, now I just had it was pretty much an intervention. I saw my brothers, my mother, someone else was in the dream, and they're just like, "Yo, maybe don't gamble anymore."
Did you take this as a sign at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I fucking never remember my dreams, and I woke up and like, oh shit, and I haven't been doing well the past like 2 weeks. Past 2 weeks have been rough. I always start off Monday and Tuesday just on fire, and then it just goes to shit.
Yeah, because I see you tweet out like betting lines or something, and then you have a money bag emoji. So I'm like, oh, looks like Jeff's doing good.
Yeah, I'll go on some pretty good stretches there, but then college football, like from weeks 11 or 10 to 12, so 3 weeks, or maybe it was 9 to 11, I was like 13-2. Like I was just on fire. I was winning everything. And then since I'm 3-9. So I gave all that money back, and it hurts. And it hurt so badly that I actually got a dream that I remembered. But
about not gambling anymore, about an intervention.
Right. And the only reason I bring it up is just because we're talking about dreams, and it's like how rare I actually remember one. This one was like, oh man, all those dream relatives and siblings are making a very good point. I need to chill.
Like, Jeff, even though you've gambled away the family savings, I still love you.
I didn't know what you were talking about, or I would have gotten that reference, but I remember us talking about it years ago. Don't you still have that drop, or do you? I think you just pulled it up on YouTube. Maybe you never even had the drop.
Yeah, I think it was YouTube. I think that guy croaked too, which is a nice silver lining to that story.
I mean, my situation isn't trending much better. I'll tell you that.
Oh man,
I need this college football season to end. Fucking, I am not going into bowl season good.
Yeah, I've
profitable.
Feeling next week Jeff is gonna be in like a double arms cast and a halo, broken thumbs. Are you in deep to the mafia?
I'm not, but I do owe my bookie a little bit, so I'll settle that. I don't know. We're pretty cool. We're pretty chummy, so it's all good. I'll let him roll over his debt to me here or there, and I'll roll over my debt with him here or there. So it'll all be settled. I think I'll bounce back. But
do you take Dogecoin?
It's been rough, dude. It's been fucking rough. Like, again, I never dream. And today I woke up like, oh, wow, that was a very vivid dream. Very, very topical, too. It's terrible. So that gives you an idea how my week 12 went in the NFL.
What about you, Shuddy? Are you a what's it called, reoccurring dreamer?
No, I don't typically remember my dreams.
I usually don't either. But I don't know, the reason this is fresh in my head is I had another dream this week about pissing somewhere I wasn't supposed to piss. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Do you ever have like horny dreams? Like you wake your He-Man like flies into your room and he's giving a predator and shoving a sword hilt up his ass?
I typically do not remember my dreams. I remember bits and pieces. Like all I remember from last night was that someone told me that I was really good at my job.
Man,
I thought you were going to say, I just remember last night intervening on Jeff's gambling problem. That'd been a good joke.
That does make sense that Shuddy Boy just has dreams about getting praised. I had a dream last night that the whole family called me down into the living room and told me what a great He-Man collection I have. How dope my beard is.
Christmas Story.
Yeah.
You just broke the elementary school teacher's brain with your fucking theme essay about what you wanted for Christmas. Looking like fucking Rudy at the end of the movie. They're carrying you out on their shoulders.
Hey, speaking of Christmas movies, I did watch
Already
a
started?
new one. Well, I was in San Diego for Thanksgiving, and I had my iPad with me, and I was just looking for something to watch, and I saw HBO had this new thing pop up called 8-Bit Christmas. Has that made it to your guys' radar at all?
I saw it, but I did not do anything.
Same, but I'm interested.
I'll tell you what, man, it was shockingly good. I mean, it wasn't, a 5-dicker or anything, but I was shocked that it was good. Because it didn't have a ton of big name people in it. Like Neil Patrick Harris is the narrator, and the whole story is basically him telling his daughter the story about how he got his Nintendo in the 80s. And then it flashes back, and his dad is Steve Zahn, and I think them and like a cameo from David Cross are the biggest actors in it. But it was kind of cool. It was kind of like if you crossed a Christmas Story with The Wizard, with Fred Savage.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was entertaining. I liked the shout outs in it. It started out kind of slow. Like when it first started playing, the first 10 or 15 minutes, I was like, oh, geez, this is going to be a fucking chore to get through. But it just progressively got better and better the more it went on. And it definitely had some, nostalgia stuff that was fairly heavy-handed, but it didn't feel insulting. It was welcomed. But it was kind of tap dancing on the line of like, all right, you're pushing it a little bit 8-Bit Christmas, but as somebody who was a kid in the 80s and loved Nintendo, it's fun. I think it's going to be worked into my Christmas watching routine from here on out.
To be fair, I think Christmas movies are like the best genre for being like overly nostalgic or corny, right? Those are the only movies that can kind of pull it off and like it not completely hurt the overall product. Or am I just talking shit?
No, I mean I think you go into it. That's usually baked into those movies,
Right.
So
that's why I love so much about Bad Santa. I was thinking about I thought about this morning, but we're gonna have to do a Christmas movie bracket. I'm very interested on how each of us would vote and who we would, or which movie would reign supreme.
I mean, I know which one's my favorite, but for the sake of conversation, I'm totally on board with the bracket. I feel like you guys should take 90 minutes and watch this. I'm just kind of curious to see. I know I saw our homie Dom watched it on Letterboxd and gave it like 4.5 dicks.
Well,
so Dom loved it.
Who knows what we could take from that? All right.
He also gave the
that
Matrix.
Does not clear anything up.
He gave the Matrix and Fight Club 1 dick each.
What did he give Armageddon? Do we have that on Letterboxd?
I think he liked it. I remember you were prepared to go to war over potential blasphemy.
I always am. I'm always on edge whenever Armageddon gets brought up. And
where the fuck is Letterboxd?
Somehow I'm usually the one that, or not somehow, I'm the one that usually brings it up. So it's almost like I'm looking for fights over Armageddon.
He gave it 4 dicks.
Beautiful. I can live with that. It's a dick short, but whatever. I'll take it.
But I feel like for our age group, I don't know how well this is going to do for anybody outside of our demo. Anybody that's too much older than us or too much younger than us, we're in the sweet spot for this movie. It still had like some solid gags and jokes and clever writing. But, I mean, as somebody who grew up in Jersey, like wintry Christmases in the burbs hits home, and it was when they're talking about it at dinner, I think it was the character of the mom calls it Nintendo. And when I was a little kid, that's what I thought it was called. That's
exactly what I thought it was called as well.
Yeah, I thought it was Nintendo. And then my aunt, who's like 9 years older than me, she was like, no, it's Nintendo. And I was like, pfft. This fucking idiot thinks it's called Nintendo. What a jerk off. It's Nintendo. But I that's the first time I've ever seen that put in pop culture. Somebody else calling it Nintendo. They definitely have the Power Glove.
Too.
They bust out the Power Glove, which, God, one of the biggest disappointments of my life. Just
How so?
in idea, like in concept, perhaps the coolest fucking thing that could have ever existed in my childhood. And then they even, that movie The Wizard with Fred Savage, who, for people that aren't familiar with it or have never seen it, it's basically just a piece of Nintendo propaganda. It's
sure
basically
is. It's a commercial for the Power Glove.
Yeah, and Super Mario Brothers 3. It's a propaganda film. As a child, I did not pick up on that. I was just like, oh, Fred Savage and his brother and this cute girl are off on a fucking mission to play in video game tournaments. And this scumbag kid who's like the rival, he's like the jerk off who's also really good at video games, and he's Fred Savage's little brother's biggest threat. He pulls out this box that's like the case for a fucking sniper rifle. And he opens it up, and there lies the Power Glove. You fucking slip your hand into this son of a bitch, and it has buttons. There's a whole keypad on the forearm. There's like an infrared box on top of it. And in theory, you can aim it at the screen and drive and mimic with your gloved hand like you're using a steering wheel and play racing games that way. Or punch when you're playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Like it was supposed to be. And I mean, in the fucking 80s, that's revolutionary. Of course, now, the Wii is now officially over 15 years old.
Holy shit.
I know, right? It's insane.
Dude,
but
I've played Wii seriously once in 15 years.
Wow. Your
Once,
life
and
is
I was
so
like,
joyless.
This is fucking whack. Like, I hate this.
Who hurt you?
I'm sorry. I knew it was a hot take, but we got there and I had to give it. I know some people are like, what the fuck? That's weird. Because I would say even most people have accidentally played Wii a few times over that 15 years. And I've played once. And it was just to confirm that I didn't like it.
Dude,
I
brought, when the Wii came out, I brought it to my grandparents' house for Christmas. And, 15 years ago, my grandpa was in his 70s, so he had stopped playing tennis and shit. And I was like, hey, I got a video game you might actually like. And I put in Wii Sports, and he and I played Wii Tennis. And the look on his face was crazy seeing a man in his 70s just be delighted by a video game. I was like, this is fucking sick. Playing virtual tennis with my grandpa.
I'm more of a Grinch than your grandpa. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. But I don't know, like back to the movie, it's basically, like I said, it's like a cross between Christmas Story and The Wizard, and it's just him getting this close to getting a Nintendo, and then it's ripped away from his clutches, and then he gets this close again, and it's fucking pulled away again. It ends with some dad stuff that kind of hit me right in the feels. And I don't know. It started out, I was like, Jesus Christ, this might be like a 2.5 dicker. And by the end, it worked itself up to a 3.75. And if it had the consistency from the beginning that it did towards the end, I feel like it could have been a 4 or a 4.25. But I don't know, man. If you got HBO Max and you got a free 90 minutes, I give it the stamp of approval. Solid
I mean,
flick.
I'm much more into Christmas movies than I am
Season movies?
Yeah, yeah, Halloween movies.
So is Bad Santa your favorite Christmas movie?
I think we talk about this. We're both on the same page, right? You're a Christmas Vacation guy.
Yeah.
It's tough. They're just two different like tempos or vibes, but I think I'd go with Bad Santa. It's just still like there's times where I almost cry laughing at that movie still. Like it still does it to me. Like John, for whatever reason, like John Ritter, I think is my favorite in the movie. Like he's so fucking good. And like his just like him being put off by the fucking terribleness of Billy Bob Thornton and never really being able to nail him on it, but just the way he approaches the subject and the issue is just, I don't know. I love that movie, but it's tough. I mean, that's why it's like I really want to do the bracket, because like Shuddy or we could be like a tiebreaker for these close movies and try to pick between one of the two of whatever as a team.
Yeah, and then it's fun for the Puminati to play at home.
I mean, I could listen to Home Alone being the best Christmas movie. I fucking love Home Alone. Love it. You know what I mean? I haven't
watched Home Alone in years.
Wow, seriously.
I watched it last year, I think.
I watch it every year.
I think it still holds up. I think it's still good.
I watched the Netflix show The Movies That Made Us about it. That was very entertaining.
I mean, you got to throw A Christmas Story in there too, and it's the
I'm
most.
not going to spoil too much since he doesn't listen to the show, but I bought my dad a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas because
nice.
Christmas Story is his favorite Christmas movie.
You got to get him a leg lamp too. Get the set.
Do you have Christmas movies that you watch every year, Shuddy?
Christmas Vacation.
Okay, so you would also say that's probably the best one ever, right?
My favorite.
Okay.
For sure.
But you can be swung.
If we're not talking about Die Hard, if we're not including that.
We might have to. Just to spice up the conversation.
I mean, at this point in time, it's one of the most played out discussions, I think, in the world of cinema. I think I still consider Die Hard a Christmas movie, but if we're going to do a true bracket, I don't think it should be included.
I'll consider that when I'm making the bracket, because I think having it in there livens up the conversation a little bit.
It does, but how do you say a movie is like how what movies beat Die Hard? Like not just Christmas movies, but just movies in general. It's one of the best movies of all time.
I like Christmas Vacation better than Die Hard. Actually, I do, and I think I like Bad Santa. I would, yeah. Huh, if I were to take it away from
you, just broke Kevin's brain
a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, all three of them are five dickers. You know, they kind of max out. But if I had to like pick like a Survivor or like, you know, if I had to get rid of one of the three, I think I would get rid of Die Hard.
Wow.
I know.
Man.
I just can't imagine Christmas Vacation or Christmas without Christmas Vacation. I can't. You know what I mean? Like, Die Hard's awesome. It is. I don't really think Die Hard's the best Die Hard. Like, I think Die Hard 3 is better with Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't think it is, right?
I could see people considering that a hot take, but I don't. I think Die Hard 3 is fucking awesome. I don't know.
You can at least listen to one being better, or Die Hard 3 being better than Die Hard 1. You might not agree, but
yeah,
right. So,
I can handle that discussion.
So, like, yeah, I mean, however, I don't know. I got to think more about the list and what goes on it. I mean, another one that is you see on like the smart TV apps or whatever, like landing screen is Elf. I think everyone is. Like, Elf is being promoted all throughout my Amazon Fire Stick and my Google Chromecast and all that. I think a lot of the streaming services have Elf, excuse me. And that's another movie that's just, like, fucking spectacular. Like,
I watched it the other night.
If you're going for a Christmas vibe, like, how does Elf not nail it? How does Will Ferrell not just kill that role? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, what else?
It's good, but I still give it a 4-dicker. I don't think Elf's a 5-dicker.
Interesting. You know what movie I think is underrated? A Christmas movie. That would be an interesting matchup if they were to meet in the brackets. Would be, how do you feel about Jack Frost? You know, I'm a Michael Keaton stan.
Oh my God. I feel like I've seen it once and thought it was stupid.
I've never had any desire to see that fucking dumbass movie.
How dare you? Michael Keaton is the star. How could you say that about a Michael Keaton fucking movie? Why were you just so harsh about that, Shuddy? Wow.
Because I have, since the day I saw the trailer for it, I thought that was a dumb movie and never had any interest. That came out, I feel like Kevin and I were too old when that came out.
Came out in 98.
Yeah. So Kevin and I were 17.
It has
Okay.
Henry Rollins is in it. I'm on the Letterboxd D page for it right now.
Henry Rollins, good American. We can all agree there, right?
Yeah.
All right. Michael Keaton, great American.
Do you know what
we can all
band
agree there.
Henry Rollins was in, Jeff?
The Henry Rollins band.
Well, okay. I meant
Yes.
the
No. Hold on. I have two guesses, and they're both probably going to piss off a whole bunch of the Puminati. But I'm just going to fire them out anyways, because that's what I'm here for. I'm going to go 1, Danzig, or 2, Rancid. Either one. Am I right about either one?
no.
I know
I
he's
mean-
not in the Misfits. I know that.
Black Flag.
I knew that once upon a time. God damn it. All right.
Stevie B is the only one that I follow that's watched this film and admitted to it on Letterboxd D.
Same.
What did he give it?
He didn't.
It has an average score, though, of 2.2.
You fucking pussy. Get off the fence, Stevie B, if you're listening. Score Jack Frost publicly, you son of a bitch, and post it to your social media.
See, I think I've seen this, but I don't have a strong enough memory, so I always play it on the safe side and don't mark it as watched.
Jack Frost you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm 85% sure I've seen it, but I only mark it if I'm 100% sure.
So the age difference is a good point, because like I remember seeing this movie for the first time. I never even saw a trailer or was interested in it, but I saw it on the bus ride to on a field trip. Like they had, I don't know, they put on Jack Frost. I think we were going to New York City for something. I don't know. So it was like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour ride. And they put on Jack Frost, and we were like, I don't know, 12 or 13 at the time, whatever. It just came out on VHS. So I thought it was good at the time, and I watch it pretty much yearly, and I still like it.
Well, here's a funny little tidbit on Jack Frost. So Letterboxd D, when you go to a movie's page, it'll usually give the movie's tagline and then a quick little blurb about what it's about. And man, if this isn't ever one of the biggest turns ever. So the tagline is, Jack Frost is getting a second chance to be the world's coolest dad. If he doesn't melt first.
There is a literal physical challenge with Jack Frost recovering as a father.
Oh, that's the tagline. And then get ready for the... This is the description. A father who can't keep his promises dies in a car accident. 1 year later, he returns as a snowman who has the final chance to put things right with his son before he is gone forever.
You guys see the spider?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, yeah. Eat him.
It was hanging about 12 feet from the ceiling.
It's fucking ghost. There it is. There's the fucking ghost.
Yep.
Dangling spiders.
No,
in
that
front
was
of our
definitely
tiny-
a spider hanging from the ceiling. I'm just was stating that the ceiling is very high.
Spooky season is still alive in the Shuddy household. We got ghosts and spiders.
Isn't high ceilings a symbol of affluence? Is that a
I
humble
mean-
is that a brag?
It's not a, I
bragging.
mean, I didn't add the addition on to the house. It wasn't intended to be that.
Because my ceiling's right here. I'm touching it. I'm touching my ceiling.
By the way, Jeff, I got bigger spiders than you, so suck my dick.
Yeah, I have 4 cars at this fucking big ass house with the ceilings all the way up here.
Shuddy, what did you watch? I know you said you told us in the Easter egg you watched a few things.
Yes. I watched the first 2 episodes of Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
Really enjoying it.
Live action?
Yes, the live action.
Nice.
It's very good. We watched the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye,
Oh, I watched those.
which was also very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's like, all right, well, I'll hang around and see where this goes.
Yeah. Nothing to
Renner-
dissuade me from it.
Isn't Jeremy Renner 50? We were just talking about that. I think he's 50 years old.
Word.
Probably.
Yeah, that threw me off.
He looks like he's
significantly.
getting up there.
Yeah, it looks like he's had some work done. You guys, no one checked out the other shit that he's in, right? A Mayor of Kingstown.
No.
After your ringing endorsement, no, I didn't check it out.
And then we watched the first few episodes of Hit Monkey on Hulu.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with Hitmonkey, but don't really have any desire to check it out.
It's enjoyable. It's a weird animation style. Jason Sudeikis is really good in it, as always. I watched Tiger King 2 again in its entirety because
Again?
the kids wanted to watch it this weekend, so we just got really baked on Saturday night and watched it start to finish.
Holy shit.
And then we started Hellbound.
Okay, so I made it halfway through the first episode. I put it on at night when I was in bed and all stoned, and I started nodding off, so I paused it. But I liked what I saw. Is it worth sticking with?
Yes. We watched the first 2 episodes and only stopped because Sharon was starting to get dozy and didn't want to miss anything. It's also very violent. The Koreans do despair and violence very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, I think what I've gathered is an angel will show up to somebody and tell them when they're going to die and go to hell. And then when that time comes, these big, giant CGI gorillas come out and beat the ever-living fucking snot out of them. And then they all put their hands together and do like an Iron Man repulsor blast and fry them to a fucking crisp. And that first guy that gets it in the first episode, Jesus Christ, they fuck that guy up.
Yeah, they are not. They give 0 fucks about being subtle. How does not everybody know about this already? Why is this a new thing that's becoming?
They beat this motherfucker against a bus and smash him into cars and stuff, and then they're like holding him up and clawing and ripping at his stomach, and one of the giant CGI gorillas bites the back of his skull off, and then the guy's still alive when they roast him. I was like, Jesus.
In traffic in Seoul, like people everywhere. It's a lot of fun. I know that Ginger recommended it, and it's worth a watch for sure, I think.
Well, I believe it's made by the guy that did Train to Busan, which I'll suck that movie's dick any time I have an opportunity to.
As evidenced by the KY jelly in front of you.
Yeah, I like my dicks nice and greasy before I suck them. Man, I'm so glad you guys don't have the ability to pull buttons.
Yeah, you're a greasy strangler.
Really fucked up on that one.
Well,
If only there was somebody in the Puminati world who could do that.
No, I'm pretty sure they have better things to do.
Nah,
I don't think so.
I'm not going to argue with you on that point, but I think they'll find time.
Well, it's the holidays, everybody's running around, getting shit done.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll stop what they're doing once they hear that.
Yeah. Which there is I don't want to spoil too much because Dom and I are going to record a new Masters of the Pooniverse because Revelation Part 2 dropped. But there is a scene in the first episode of Part 2 where the character Fisto looks at Skeletor and says, "I'd really like to fist him."
Fuck yeah. Can't have a Kevin Smith property without a fisting joke. Even if it's for children. Yeah, I saw that making the rounds on Twitter. Awesome. Awesome.
It made me stop and paying attention to what was going on while what was said registered. It was like all I heard was, "I'd like to fist him."
Did you rewind it? Play it back?
Possibly.
It's a huge moment in Masters of the Pooniverse history.
Did he ever say shit like that in the OG He-Man cartoon?
Not that I can recall.
Like, prepare to be fisted, or you're going to
I'm gonna
feel my
rear you.
fist. I'm going to rear you.
Not that I can. Not any that come to mind.
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. I know that's... Are people still pissed about that? Like, people hated the fucking first half. I mean, I know you and Dom liked it, but people on the internet seem to be just trying to find any reason to hate it. I guess the lack of He-Man.
There are much fewer people upset about it this go round.
Because He-Man's back in now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
They're fuck with He-Man again.
I wasn't offended by the first half of the season that came out earlier, but I don't know. I guess it is a ballsy move. I will say that. Like, if I made a Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon and Sonic the Hedgehog wasn't in it, I think you can expect people to be bummed out. Because even if you do pull it off, all people care about is, the headline. Wait.
What? No He-Man? Ooh! Kevin Smith, I'd like to fist you.
For real. He needs to get more fisting threats for canceling or cutting He-Man out of his own goddamn show. I know we're a pro Kevin Smith podcast, but
Very pro Kevin Smith.
And the show was called Masters of the Universe. He-Man was nowhere in the title.
Shuddy Boy's got your fucking number. Come at him. I dare you.
I just got shutty. Play the button.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, hey.
What's fair is fair.
You've just been shuddied. Suck a dick.
Maybe life isn't fair, but MSPH will always be fair.
Method Man killed it as Clamp Champ.
Oh, I saw that. I saw he's Clamp Champ. Fucking Method Man.
Let me look up Clamp Champ.
What a great human.
It's the one that cost as much for Kevin to ship it to me as the figure itself cost.
Yeah, I bought Shuddy Boy a $25 toy and then paid $25 to ship it to him. Oops.
Well, looks like a cool toy. Is this the only black Masters of the Universe character?
Yes.
Well, jury's out on Skeletor. He is just a skeleton. No idea what color his skin is.
Could be Asian. Who knows?
Blue. Blue.
Oh, so he's like me.
Yeah, Skeletor's skin is blue.
Okay.
Because
Like
he's
a
a
Jack Your Manhattan type of.
Well, initially he's a race of creature called a gar that's blue.
Man,
You don't want to
Shuddypedia.
get bogged down an origin story here, right?
Yeah, we don't need to go too far into that.
Well,
How was your Thanksgiving, guys?
Well, I do have one more thing. I did make it to the
Oh.
Theatra.
Oh, you went to the Theatra.
I did. I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife.
You hated it, didn't you?
I didn't. It wasn't bad. I initially, I try to be a little bit more, okay, I will give you a shot rather than initially shit on things before I see them. But the trailer, while it looked good and looked interesting, I don't know, one of the things that I love about Ghostbusters movies is New York. I love the setting of New York. I like seeing New York in the 80s. I know it's, a sequel damn near 40 years later, but just Ghostbusters on a farm, Ghostbusters in a small rural town, I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot, but you motherfuckers have an uphill battle with this. And you know what? I was pleasantly surprised. It was decent. It wasn't as annoying as I thought it would be. The kid from Stranger Things is really good. Finn Wolfhard. The girl that plays Egon's granddaughter was really good. I mean, they nailed that casting. They give her that kind of curl like Egon has in the real Ghostbusters cartoon. And she's a fucking dork, which was, very fitting. But it was, I don't know, it had the back end of it is so fan service loaded, but it was good. There's definitely the ending was very, very conveniently wrapped up out of nowhere. And it seemed a little easy, but it didn't stop the fact that I had a really good time watching it. They had a lot of the old retro, like the original music and sound effects for stuff. I don't know, man. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I walked out of there like, okay, you know what? Jason Reitman, good for you. It's a fucking weird dynamic to make a sequel to your dad's biggest movie, 30-something years after it comes out. But I like Jason Reitman movies. I thought Up in the Air is a sick fucking movie. I've seen that like 5 times. I love it. Thank You for Smoking kicks ass. That seems like a movie
Juno?
you would like. Oh, Juno's good. I like Juno.
Yeah.
I feel
Out
like
of
you're.
that age, huh?
I feel like you're a Thank You for Smoking guy, though, Jeff. That seems like your kind of movie.
With our homie Nick Naylor. Right? Isn't that Aaron Eckhart's?
I think it is.
I've only seen that movie once. It is good though.
Yeah, I've seen it like 2 or 3 times, but it kicks ass.
So those movies came out. Juno, Thank You for Smoking. What's the other one that he's Up in the Air?
Yeah.
That all came out at like my peak movie snob. So I saw Up in the Air and Juno in the theaters, and I was like really into Jason Reitman, or I thought he was going to be like an awesome director at that time. I haven't followed his career since, but Up in the Air is nearly a 5-dicker, and I love Juno when it came out. I haven't seen it, and how long ago was that? It has to be like 15 years at this point, right?
I used to make.
Juno's older than we.
It might be. I used to make references to Up in the Air at the ArcLight all the time, because I forget who I was with, but I put a picture up in front of one of their cutouts, and they're like, "Hey, tag ArcLight in, and you're entered into sweepstakes." So I did, and I fucking won, and they gave me like 5,000 ArcLight points, which you can trade in and get free snacks, free movie tickets. So every time I would buy something at the concession stand, they would swipe my card, and my point total would come up on the screen. They would always be like, "Whoa!" And then somebody, like, every time they did that, one person, because at the ArcLight, the people that work there on their name tags, they can list their favorite movie underneath it. And this motherfucker had Up in the Air on his name tag. And I was like,
Whoa.
yeah, I'm saving up my miles like Clooney. And he was just like, respect.
Nice. Also, hey, Anna Kendrick is in that movie, right?
Yeah.
She's on top of my movie actress power rankings. I think she's one of the best in the biz.
Yeah,
She's
she kicks
second
ass.
behind Jennifer Lawrence. I think Jennifer Lawrence is the best actress in the world right now. Like,
Interesting.
yeah.
I go with Toni Collette.
Toni Collette's awesome. I know you've hated Cate Blanchett and have came around on that in recent years, but I've always thought she's an awesome actress.
Yeah, I'm glad to bury the hatchet with Kate. Her and I have been at each other's throats for decades now, and it's nice to put that behind us.
Seriously, and what a huge moment that was for MSPH history once you buried that hatchet. But she does play a nice role in one of my favorite movies ever, The Aviator, and I think she's solid in most movies. But yeah, Anna Kendrick, I think that was like the first movie of hers that I watched, Up in the Air, that she really stood out. 50-50, she just fucking killed it.
Yeah.
By far the best in that movie, I thought. What's that movie that she came out with like 2 years ago? Where she plays a vlogger, like a house mom vlogger, and her friend gets killed.
Oh, that's the one with Blake Lively, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What was that called? Because I like that, too. That's a Paul Feig movie.
And it was a good movie.
Yeah. I liked it.
I haven't seen it since.
A Simple Plan? No, that can't be it.
Yeah,
what is it?
That sounds right. Hold on. I'll pull it up right now.
Well, while you're looking that up, I will say anybody who goes to see Ghostbusters Afterlife, 2 post-credit scenes, both worth sticking around for, and just like 8-Bit Christmas, 3.75 dicks. Worth a watch.
You were close. A Simple Favor.
Oh.
Simple Favor. Good movie.
Yeah.
Blake Lively is such a fucking minx. Anna Kendrick's hot too, but awesome actress. I heard my brothers, there's a few movie review sources they trust. One of them I think is Joe Blow. Do you guys fuck with Joe Blow movie reviews, or do you not care?
Not familiar.
JoeBlow.com? You guys aren't familiar with JoeBlow.com? I thought this would be in your guys' wheelhouse. Interesting. Well, check it out. Maybe it would be your type of website, but they seem to like be on the same page with their movie reviews, and I think it was Joe Blow who said it got really like Ghostbusters got really weak towards the end. I didn't know if you felt the same. Did
Well,
it, like,
I don't know. Some of the
weaken down
people that
stretch?
I've talked to that watched it appreciated the heavy-handed fan service towards the end. I did
So
as
that's
well.
what it was, yeah.
But I could see people rolling their eyes at it and being like, "Oh," but I don't know. I enjoyed it. Ghostbusters has been, a five dicker to me since I was a little kid. I was just at the cutoff age to go see Ghostbusters 2 in the theater, and I don't know. It's definitely better than the Melissa McCarthy one. I know that's not saying much.
I forgot that one existed. Do they even reference that like in the movie, or does
Nope.
that one not exist?
And you know what's
Oh.
funny? On Letterboxd, if you're looking at the page of a movie and you scroll all the way to the bottom past the cast, it'll say related movies. And Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, and Ghostbusters Afterlife are all linked. That one is just completely forgotten about. It's not even brought up.
That's so mean. So is that like Jason Reitman, excuse me, and or the studio being like, nah, they butchered my dad's shit. Fuck these guys. Because that's how I read it, right? Like, we want nothing to do with these assholes. Fuck that.
It might just be one of those things where, like, when they started making the new Halloween movies, they're like, okay, Halloween 1 and 2 count, but everything else is retro canceled. That is no longer canon.
Interesting reference, because that was brought up in the conversation me and my brothers were having about Ghostbusters, about how sometimes movies that are either recreations or adding to like an already established franchise get too heavy-handed with the references and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
they were just saying how like Rob Zombie's Halloween was like an original cut. Say what you will about it, but he took a stab at it. And if you are a long time listener to this podcast, you know I think Rob Zombie's a huge bitch. So by all means, share this YouTube video and tag him in it. I don't think that even works. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
Skip that part. Bottom line, Rob Zombie's a bitch.
Rob Zombie, also a mammal. Shuddy Boy, did you
Yes,
have
sir.
an eventful
I
Thanksgiving?
knew that.
It wasn't eventful. It was relatively low key. I did fry a turkey.
Whoa. Was this your first ever fried turkey? Well, have you eaten fried turkey before?
Yeah, but before you
haven't.
get too impressed, Jeff, we went to Lowe's one night.
I just went to the deli and got sliced turkey and fried that.
To get stuff for the bathroom that I'm still working on, and we passed a turkey fryer, and I tried to convince Sharon that we should fry a turkey. And Sharon's main point was safety concerns, which they're valid. They're valid.
Those videos that make the rounds every Thanksgiving are fucking terrifying.
They're
And
classic.
so we stood there. I tried to convince her. I could tell it wasn't going anywhere, so I didn't push real hard. And then I turned around, and there was
The T1000.
the Charbroil Big Easy.
Just set it and forget it. The Ronco fucking deep turkey fryer. I got you.
Which is an air fryer.
What?
And it's big enough for a 16-pound turkey. And you put it in you put the turkey in the basket, you put the basket in, and you turn it on, and it uses propane and cooks it like air fries it.
Got all emotional from that bag, huh, Shuddy?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
bait bag punch back.
Yeah,
Love
it
it.
sure did.
Now, you thought you were taking the hit.
And
Turns out you were.
did some Creole butter injection for it.
Whoa, that sounds like a sex move.
Wow, you got this turkey high on Creole butter? Love it.
And my father's, so let's not skip ahead to Had it been a regular turkey fryer, I would have been one of those videos
No way.
circulating on the internet.
You
Because
put it in frozen, didn't you?
No, I thought it, but the insides were still a little frozen, so I ran some warm water in it.
Ooh, that's also a bad idea.
Like 2 hours before cooking it. Like I did this way in advance. And then Sharon's like, make sure you dry it. And I dried the outside, but never dried the inside. So
The inside the fisting hole?
So as soon as I turned the turkey upside down to put it in the basket for the air fryer, just like a deluge of water poured out of the inside of it. Whereas had I been putting it in
Oh, somebody get a cup. Don't waste that.
hot
Peanut
oil,
oil?
there would have been an explosion at my house for Thanksgiving.
Good Lord, Shuddy.
But no explosion, and my father said it's better than any turkey he ever cooked.
Dude,
Jeff, have you ever
fried
had
turkey?
You've had it before? Fried turkey?
Yeah, my father used to do fried turkey the last like 3 or 4 Thanksgivings before I moved, went to college, and I had a sick high school graduation party at Saratoga State Park, and we got like a pavilion, and they had a whole bunch of like grills, and I had a big party, and my father like deep fried 3 turkeys for it.
Whoa.
Yeah, deep fried turkey, and my father did it so fucking well. It is bomb. It is bomb. It's hard to go back like once you've had it, and if you can, like like the first year we did it, it was fucking tense, right? It was tense, like it was the news had been out about deep frying turkeys leading to people's homes burning down, right?
Yeah.
So it was just like I had to lower it in the fucking grease over like a 10-minute process. Like I'd have to like hold it.
You did it.
And, yeah, me and my father. Yeah, but like he'd be like, "All right, hold this. I'm gonna go upstairs and grab something.
Oh no.
Don't drop it. Just hold it there." And it's like, so I was like sous chef the whole process, or the whole deep frying process. First year was stressful and it got easier, but my father was like as a G with that shit and nailed it every time. Deep fried turkey's fucking amazing. It really is. Honestly, it's one of my favorite. If you can do it, it's one of my favorite meals. I don't trust myself to do it, and I'm not going to go buy a deep fryer, but if you can get it done, it's worth it. It is so delicious, honestly.
Listen, it was the air fryer, turkey fryer was $30 more than an oil fryer. And it costs $40 to get the amount of oil you need for the fryer. So,
oh shit!
Yeah. So my
Wow.
father, it was when we were working at Applebee's. He would just straight like order extra peanut oil and take it. Right? So it was all good. But yeah, I mean, between the oil and just like the danger involved, if I didn't even know there was an air frying option, obviously it makes sense. So that was probably amazing and a lot more convenient. But deep fried turkey, it's fucking epic. How was your turkey day spread, Kevin? You were in San Diego, right?
Yeah, and my aunt, man, she makes a fucking mean Thanksgiving dinner. So that was bomb. And it also happened to be this limited edition Comic-Con weekend. And my cousin's boyfriend, who is hand to God, named Thor, birth name Thor, and looks like Thor. He was there. And
did you do something about that booger?
I can't, man. It distracts the shit out of me. Like, there it's gone. But, like, I don't know. I'm going to just get one of those Groucho fake mustaches to wear for the YouTube. Because it distracts me, too. It's fucking pissing me off. But anyway, so he got me, him and my cousin both get professional badges. And when get professional badges, you're in the system, you get guest badges. So luckily they hooked me up because this year they were doing it's San Diego Comic-Con limited edition. It's 3 days instead of 5. No big no movie studios whatsoever, and no comic book publishers showed up. So it was an insanely bare bones Comic-Con, and from what I heard from people that have gone to them before it blew up into what it is today, they were like, yeah, this is kind of how it used to be. I don't even think it's sold out because it's fucking Thanksgiving weekend. Who's flying to San Diego Thanksgiving weekend? But
there's no comic book publishers at Comic-Con.
No.
Feels impossible.
I think they were probably all just hedging their bets as, man, shit just keeps getting delayed. COVID's not fucking going away. These stupid variants keep popping up, and we don't want to make any commitments, devote a whole bunch of money just to have the rug pulled out from under our feet. So it was just like local vendors for the most part, and there was some corporate presences there. Like they had, the Peacemaker show that James Gunn's made for HBO Max, spun out of the Suicide Squad movie. That had a thing outside where you could go through a maze, and they had a food truck giving out free food and little stages set up where you could take photos and shit. But that was about it. And the big costumes this year, I only went on Friday, and I think Saturday is usually the big costume day, but not a lot of costumes. But the biggest ones were for this anime Demon Slayer that came out over the past year or two and skyrocketed in popularity. Tons and tons of costumes of that. And obviously Squid Game.
For sure.
Squid Game just makes sense. You get a fucking green jumpsuit, you put a number on it, and you're in Squid Game cosplay. And they did have the bad guys too with those like fencing masks that have circles, squares, or triangles. A bunch of them. And the biggest line I waited in was to show my fucking Vax card to get a little bracelet so you can go in and get your badge. Yeah, it was bizarre. It was weird seeing it that scaled down, but it was... I'm glad I went. Obviously I didn't have to buy a ticket, so that made it even better. But just walking through, I got a few things. I got something that for Patreon subscribers, I don't know if this means anything to you guys. Are you familiar with the video game Night Trap?
No.
Is it a feature of a Kevin Nerdhole?
It's going to be. I
Not
specifically
familiar with that at all.
bought this for it. So, Night Trap came out on the Sega CD, which at this point is probably a forgotten console. But I remember my buddy had a Sega CD, and we used to play this game Willy Beamish all the time. And when Night Trap came out, it was billed as like this horror game. So it's actual filmed footage. It's not video game graphics. And they actually shot footage for the game. And, man, I'm about to make another super dated reference, but are you guys familiar at all with Dragon's Lair?
Yes.
So it was an arcade and early computer game where it was like an animated thing. And you're just watching this story play out, and then there are randomly prompts. So something will attack, and you have to like real quick hit a button. And if you get it in time, it'll go one way, and you'll avoid danger, and the game goes on. Or if you're not in time, whatever danger is coming at you hits you, and then it's game over. Night Trap is kind of like the same shit. You're watching security camera feeds throughout this house where a slumber party's taking place, and these weird vampire monsters in what look like Missy Elliott garbage bag suits are sneaking around the house, and you have to cycle back and forth between security camera feeds to hit a button at the right time to spring traps when these vampire monsters are about to sneak up and kill an unsuspecting family member. So basically the whole point of the game and the whole way to beat the game is to play it and fucking die enough to where you have everything memorized to when you have to switch a camera to which room, to hit a button to trap one of the vampires and save the family members. It probably doesn't hold up well, but the reason it has significance in the gaming world is this paired with Mortal Kombat is why video games have ratings like movies. So
I feel like you talked about this game before.
I think we all watched a video game documentary on Netflix or some shit that talked about it, and they had archival footage of politicians clutching their pearls. Oh, the children! There's pornography and brutal violence in this game, and there's no fucking nudity, and there's not a drop of blood. They're just a bunch of whiny pussies that needed something to rattle their
high
fucking
score,
sabers
right?
at. It might have been High Score, yeah. So there's this game company called Limited Run, and they make a lot of limited edition physical copies of games that are usually digital only or weird retro shit like this. So when I saw they had this for $30, I was like, "Oh fuck yeah. I'll buy Night Trap for the Switch and make a video playing it for Patreon." But what else? Yeah, I mean, other than that, my Thanksgiving was pretty mellow. My cousin's boyfriend Thor is like a big D&D enthusiast. He's like a professional dungeon master, and he's a board game enthusiast, which I think is dope because I very dearly miss the Puminati game nights we used to have back in the day. And
As do I.
What's this? Yeah, I bought fucking games before specifically for game night, and everybody when they walk in the door gets super stoned, and then when we try to learn a new game, it's just like, oh, this is too confusing. Let's fucking play Clue. So he's one of these guys that can pick up an instruction manual for a new board game, read it cover to cover, digest everything, and then be like, okay, huddle around. Here's how you play the game. And we played this game called Climate Evolution, or Evolution Climate.
Which doesn't exist. We all know that, right?
Oh, it exists. And as he's sitting there describing it to me, my aunt and uncle, and my cousin, I look over and I'm like, I think we're about to play Cones of Dunshire. It was...
Oh, no. Cones of Dunshire.
It was so intricate and so confusing. But after we played a little bit of it and him sort of talking us through it, it turned out to be fucking dope. It was actually a really, really fun game. So yeah, I guess the highlight of my Thanksgiving outside of Comic-Con was playing board games with Thor.
That's cool. That's noteworthy.
And I saw our friend Bonnie.
Yeah, I was going to ask if you connected with Bonnie and her sis Chelsea.
I did. Yeah, first time I've seen him in years. So that was cool.
Yeah, they're one of the crazy fucks that flew out to San Diego for Comic-Con.
Yeah, fuck Thanksgiving. Let's get some comics going.
Wait, is Bonnie still in California?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in years. Hope she's doing well. Next time you're in Long Beach, holler at me. I don't really leave this town. I came up to your place a couple months ago.
Yeah. A rare in-studio appearance for Jeff Clark on MSPH.
Guys, my Thanksgiving was pretty good. Actually, got to shout out Cheech here because he's taken a lot of shit over his goulash over the years. But our Thanksgiving was the best since I've been in California. It was fucking awesome.
Good goulash?
We got no, we did your normal Thanksgiving, you cunt. We went to Olive's, just this local gourmet grocery store, and we got their turkey, we got their stuffing, cranberry sauce, and I think one other thing. And my brother, we had to roast the turkey or bacon, all that, right? But my brother made sides of mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, and mashed potatoes. So, I mean, no, it wasn't overly difficult, but it was all goddamn delicious, and it was really well done. So, shout out to Cheech and, to a lesser extent, Bill for helping. But they both pretty much were in the kitchen for most of the day. And it was your standard Thanksgiving for me. Bitch-ass Paul came down, which is annual tradition at this point. We watch football. We watch his stupid Lions team get beat like they always do.
I sat my lazy boy and smoked stogies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much sat on my couch, smoked pot, drink beer, watch sports all day. It's pretty sick. I watched the post-COVID South Park special. That was fucking cool. Did you watch that?
I did, yeah. Ray and I watched it last night.
Nice. What did you think?
It was solid. It was. I was expecting it to be a self-contained thing, and now it seems like it's going to be at least have a part 2. It just ends.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, what?
Can't wait for Victor Chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, I dug it.
I think it's going to be good. I thought that was good. I think the next episode, exclusive event is going to be really good. I was nervous about them doing grown-up Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and all that grown-up kids. But they did it really well. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing the second South Park exclusive event.
Yeah, shout out to that 1 year free trial of Paramount Plus.
Yeah, T-Mobile subscribers holler. Are we sucking South Park dicks? I'll suck 375.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
fair.
I'll suck 3.5 just because I love South Park. It's one of my favorite things, really, in entertainment. So I got to hold it to a higher standard. It was good, but it wasn't like iconic good.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's pretty much the end of my Thanksgiving tale. The night before, Paul came over. We watched basketball. We went out to this Korean and ate Japanese like fusion spot in Cerritos, which is actually really, really good. But that's really it.
Then we ate each other's butts.
Stop it. Come on. You like bitch ass Paul. You might want to, you can make fun of me, but you going to really make fun of Paul like that?
I do like Paul. So much, in fact, that I will not call him bitch ass Paul. He's just Paul.
Well, you just put his mouth in my asshole, so how much do you really like him? I don't know. I'm sure he'd prefer being called a bitch than you.
A Jeff Clark salad tosser?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What would you prefer?
Yeah, I'd rather be bitch ass Kevin.
For sure.
All right. Well, before we go, we do have some breaking news to get to. But first,
Voicemails, yay!
let's bang out a couple of voicemails. See what our friends in the Puminati have to say to us.
Ooh, it better be nice.
Oh, fart sucking. Oh, okay. It's back. All right. Hold on. Holy shit. Fucking internet. Okay, please work. Please work. Damn it! Ah.
Mad Scientist Party Hour. What's up? Real True Stoner here, and you know, there's been a lot of politics in the news lately, and everybody's picking a side, and
Tackle it,
everybody's
Arts.
crazy nowadays. And I just
Tackle
thought
the
I needed to
politics.
publicly come out and say, you know, I'm not an anti-masker. I just think Ace Ventura was better. Smoke weed. Come on.
Nice. I get it.
Oh.
Dad joke.
Yep. It got to me.
I really wanted him to go in on the COVID pandemic and maybe the Omicron variant, but I like what he did there.
Yep. Arts. Okay, always can rely on Arts for a solid dad joke.
Yeah, and if you need anywhere to get a fake Vax card, just holler at Arts. He's on social media.
Hi, this is Justin from Colorado, longtime Ellis Show listener, first time relatively new Puminati, just joined the Patreon. I'm listening to The Haunting of the
Welcome,
Shut
friend.
House. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. It's not a good idea to fuck with Ouija boards. Bad things can happen. There are much better ways to try and contact the ghost as fucking with Shuddy and possibly get in contact. Also, I'd love to see it take a rip from the volcano. Love the show. You know, have a good day.
See, I told you not that there was a reason not to use a Ouija board.
Dude, it's made by Parker Brothers. It's manufactured in the same factory that makes Evolution Climate.
Which we don't believe in, right?
Nope. Fake news. Fake news. I mean, that's a joke that Tully made years ago on the Ella Show and then became a meme and blew up like crazy. And, you know, in much of the ways of the internet, he got zero credit. But he did have a joke back in the day, like, I forget what it was, but something along the lines of the recommended age on the Ouija board, since it is a board game, it says, like, recommended ages 6 to 99. It's like, so you have to be, 21 to buy a beer, but 6 years old you can summon the devil. And that's because Shuddy Boy, it's a piece of plastic. You're not going to summon the devil.
Shuddy's a ghost truther.
Obviously, I'm not the only one who thinks that. It is, common knowledge.
Well,
I wouldn't
Justin
go
kind
that
of left
far,
us
but-
hanging. I'd like to know why he thinks it's not a good idea to fuck with Ouija boards. Because when I was a little kid, my grandma and I used a Ouija board, and she,
Yep.
to keep up the veneer, she moved the little eye thing. So I was like,
A ghost is here. Woo!
Yeah, Justin, call back and show your math on why you don't fuck with Ouija boards. I'm interested to hear more about that. If you have any crazy stories or situations that happen with a Ouija board, are you saying they were invented by the same group or the same manufacturer that made Monopoly? Is that what you're saying? The Ouija board.
it is like one of those major. I'm gonna look it up right now. But yeah, it's a board game.
The Hershey Company invented a Ouija board.
They sell them. They sell them in Toys R Us when Toys R Us existed.
I mean, I know that, but I thought that it was a Ouija board at least existed like in the 1800s or something. I thought it was like
it's Hasbro.
no shit.
Yeah,
Same difference. They're all part of the big board game syndicate. Hasbro,
yeah.
Parker Brothers, whatever. That's okay. I actually thought that a Ouija board had a history that predated, I guess, modern board game manufacturers. I guess I learned something every week here on the MSPH podcast and through voicemails.
Yep. That's why we keep doing it. We're here to educate the masses.
Damn right.
This podcast is a thinly veiled educational show, sugar-coated with farts. Here's another one.
Hey boys, this is Marcos, aka Dasmussen. I was listening to the podcast on my drive to work, and you guys were talking about how you wanted to name, Kevin, you wanted to name your middle name for your child, Danger, and I had a story with my kid. I wanted to name him with his middle name Optimus Prime, and that got shot down quick. But I always thought having a middle name Optimus Prime would be the coolest thing in the world. So, yeah, love the show. You guys keep it up. Jeff, you're awesome. Shuddy, you're awesome. Kevin, you're awesome. And hope to keep listening for a long time, guys. See ya.
Nice. Shout out to you, Marcos. Good to hear you.
Dasmussen.
Yeah. Good to hear your voice again. Shuddy boy, I imagine you're completely on board with Optimus Prime as a middle name.
Yeah. I could get behind that for sure.
I just feel like middle names, it's a wasted opportunity. Middle names, I feel like they used to mean something back in the day. I think they had more religious significance, like your Christian name or your what do they call it? What's it when you like
Confirmation name.
Yeah, like confirmation name. But nowadays it's
More
just
Italians.
it's like, we all agreed that his name would be Rich, but our second choice was Glenn, so just throw that in there. Middle names are kind of worthless. I feel like going forward, people should use them to do something cool or funny or shout out something they like. Like, Jeff, you could have a kid, and it could be like,
They won't let me.
Lewis Kanye West Clark.
He changed his name to Ye, so I would just name him, Lou Ye Clark.
Or like Pat Slam Dunk Clark.
It has to be a little more creative. Optimus Prime is definitely more creative than, you're stupid.
Or what about, Jim Gay Porn Clark.
No, I don't want him to get bullied. What if I named a LeBron? Like Jeff LeBron Clark, David LeBron Clark. I don't know. I don't know what my kid's first name is, but I feel strong about LeBron.
Joe David Lee Roth Clark.
David Lee Roth is a great American. Damn it, I would love to name my kid after. You know what? Maybe I'll just name my kid David Lee Roth Clark.
Why don't you just change your name? I mean, that would be. Think about what that would do for the algorithm of the podcast. Like Mad Scientist Party Hour, hosted by Kevin Kraft, Shuddy Boy, and David Lee Roth. Whoa! What the fuck's going on here?
Hell yeah, that would be sweet, actually.
Wait, there's a segment on this show where David Lee Roth eats edibles and rates them?
I think it's pretty hard to get your name changed, right?
Nah.
It just costs money, I believe.
Yeah, you fill out some forms.
You guys heard about my gambling dream, right?
What if we did we crowdsource it? We'll start up a GoFundMe to get you the $50. You go to City Hall, fill out the paperwork, and you're now David Lee Roth. I'd be like,
what if Kevin and I buy it for you for Christmas?
Ooh.
A Christmas gift? I get to be David Lee Roth.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, for real.
Not just for Christmas, you get to be him forever.
Like the Reddit is going to be a buzz with, dude, there's this fucking podcast where they try and find out what it would take for David Lee Roth to suck a dick.
If only I could do a David Lee Roth impression.
Did you guys hear David Lee Roth doesn't know what a mammal is?
Man, you hear David Lee Roth jerks himself off on this podcast before the start of it, or as it starts? That would be good.
All right, let's do one more. Nope. I see what the next one is, so we have to do two more. We have to do two more. You have
Wait a second.
one voicemail for you guys to prepare your buttholes.
I was going to say, can we save it until next week? But now that you just queued it up, go ahead. You got the KY jelly. Go ahead. Insert away.
Here's one where we probably don't get our assholes reamed out.
Hey, boys. Northern Rooski here. Just listening to the most recent Patreon. And, yeah, I really do love all dressed, and ketchup was my favorite flavor as a kid.
Okay, so for non-Patreon subscribers, we were talking about Canadian potato chips, and the big ones up north are all dressed and ketchup. And anytime we do a show-related event and Canadians show up, we get a lot of people gifting us these flavors of chips because you can't get them in America. So I was like, do Canadians really like this, or is it a troll job? And this guy right here, he loves
himself.
Loves his Canadian chips.
I actually discovered a new flavor. It's all dressed and they're scorching hot. I don't know what hot pepper seasoning they use on them, but they are fucking amazing.
Oh.
And, on your reviews, I haven't heard anybody mention I Know What You Did Last Summer on Prime Video yet. You need to check that series out. And also The Shrink Next Door on Apple TV. Just watched the first 4 episodes yesterday. Can't wait for Friday, so I get another one.
Huh.
Anyway, boys, keep up the good work. I'll keep listening.
Interesting. Do you know what The Shrink Next Door is? Have you heard of this?
I know it's Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd, right?
Okay, that's all I know. But
that's all I know as well.
It's probably got to be good, right? I mean, it's got a high ceiling.
But then again, this guy did just recommend we watch the Prime original series, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I mean, I feel like we recommend way worse shit. Who knows? That could be good. Did you not like the movie?
No, I liked them. I just feel like a millennial reboot series is probably not going to speak to us.
Yeah, I'm not. I have no interest in I Know What You Did Last Summer TV show.
Dom's girl, Sarah Michelle Gellar, right? He probably loved that movie, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I was a huge Jennifer Love Hewitt fan.
Me too.
Still kind of am.
Yeah, fuck yeah. She's still smoking hot. She's still got that big-ass forehead.
Where is she nowadays? I feel like we talk about this like once a year.
I think she just does like fucking Hallmark movies or some shit. But, it's good to know that she's still alive, getting paid, and still a smoke show.
Tila.
So shout out to her.
Absolute fucking missile.
Sarah Michelle Gellar does Tila's voice in the new He-Man show.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm also glad this guy enjoys his Canadian chips. I'm glad our Canadian friends have something that they can call their own and that it kicks ass. So fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, thumbs up to you and your chips, my friend.
Yeah, go Canada.
And now, I guess it's time for us to take our lumps. Here we go.
I mean,
here's Lawyer
always
Guy.
goes well for me.
I had an erotic dream about one of you, and I need to discuss it.
Erotic
Wherever we
or
were,
neurotic?
it was hot, dripping humidity from every pore. I see Shady Boy cooking something in a cabana. I approach him. I say, Shady Boy, what? Are you fucking kidding me? You're fucking kidding me. God, hey, Steven, you kind of caught me in the middle of something here. Can I call you back in 5? No,
wow.
If I explain it, you'll think I'm insane. All right, so listen, months ago, I found this podcast, and it's the worst thing I've ever heard. Like, I'd rather re-listen to my mother's dying gasps than listen to this podcast. So they have a
he's talking
voicemail.
about. I think he's talking to Steven.
I call them, and I leave them voicemails. I don't know why I do it. I guess...
Oh, man, this lawyer guy is going to be so embarrassed when he listens to this episode and hears this. Oh, he doesn't listen. Never mind.
I need to remind them that they
time.
suck. If I don't tell them, they might start to think they don't suck. I listened to 2 episodes of this thing. 2. What do they talk about? They talk about crappy movies they watched. They talk about food they ate. Like they'll spend 20 minutes talking about a burrito they ate 5 days ago. There might be an LGBT thing going on, but I don't know if it's intentional. No. They're not incels. Incels would be an improvement. I'm not sure these guys know sex is an option. You know,
It's not for me.
So there's 3 guys. One of them collects dolls, 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 like the American Girl doll that your daughter likes, except this dude collects He-Man dolls, muscly dolls. The worst of them is this. I don't even want to speak his name. I don't even want to describe him because I think I might dislike him more than I dislike the Holocaust. Yeah, hatred. Now the 3rd guy, he might have a traumatic brain injury or something, and I think he's being held against his will. It's very unclear to me. He reminds me a little bit of Logan's brother. You know the one? Yeah. So, it's all fun and games, life of the party, but then they find that dead stripper in his car and fun's over. I'm not going to tell you the name of this. I'm afraid that you'll listen to it, and then their metrics will go up, and it'll somehow perpetuate this horrible situation that we have in America with this stupid fucking podcast. What'd you call? Oh yeah, no, I'll be calling in 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Yep. Thank you. Bye. Is this still fucking recording? God. Is this still recording? Fuck.
Solid.
Wow.
I know that was completely accident, but if it was purposeful, well done.
He's stepping up his game again.
Yeah. Well done,
He
lawyer guy.
finds just new ways to tell us that we're really bad at podcasting, and I appreciate that.
Now,
He
if
makes us
that
better
friend
at podcasting.
calls,
Steve.
Oh no! Imagine those 2 fucking tag teaming us every week.
That'd be great. It sounds like our friend Mike possibly got us a new listener, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Direct him to our YouTube page. We need more fucking viewers than that.
All right. So in closing, MSPH Wrestling is back this weekend, I believe. So Dom sent us in a little recording of the final announcements and the last bit of information everybody needs to enjoy MSPH Wrestling this weekend. Here's my friend and yours, Dom.
Hey everyone. I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting MSPH Wrestling since April of 2020, and it's been almost 2 years now at this point, and I never thought it would become what it has. I'm just so overwhelmed and humbled by all your support, so thank you so much. I wanted to personally make the final MSPH Wrestling announcement. This is coming from the desk of the commissioner himself. We have...
AKA Fuck Shuddy Boy.
Yeah.
The last 3 matches I want to announce. We have a traditional 2 versus 2 tag team match for the MSPH Tag Team Championships. We have Pooh Generation X which is Shuddy Boy and the Great Pudini, versus the Roid Warriors, which is Ginger and Juice, and the voice of God Mike, who are the current champions. Could Shuddy and Pudini dethrone the champs? We'll have to see. And we have everyone's favorite match, the 30-man Royal Rumble match for the MSPH Money in the Bank briefcase. And here are the confirmed entrants. Thunderwolf, Big Sexy, Fonzo, Shawnee Killface, Psychological, Chief Brody, the man who retired Spat, Woody, Diamond Dallas DeWitt, Shrapmetal, the Marshmallow Man, a former World Heavyweight Champion and Hall of Fame inductee, Clowny Hair, the former two-time Canadian Champion, Lowman Chris, Dylan the Trucker, Head Injury Yoda Guy, Seek Donnelly, and Alex Wilson.
Nice.
Plus, we got about 13 or 14 more entrants to put in there. And by popular demand, I heard you guys. I heard Jeff discuss it a couple episodes ago. It will be me versus a hot dog in a first blood match.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh, wow.
Dom versus the hot dog that nearly killed him at an Eagles game.
We should move the venue of that fight to the Lincoln Financial Stadium.
Oh,
I don't know
shit.
if that's at all possible.
That's going to be exciting. Yeah, so MSPH Wrestling X will be streaming this Saturday, December 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/domv311. The full card will be posted to Patreon on Saturday morning. The matches will air in that order. The Zoom link will also be posted to Patreon on Saturday before the event. And I wanted to say good luck to everybody involved, and I'll see you for the Zoom party on Saturday. And when I say Zoom party, I don't mean that lightly. Everyone's partying super hard during these events, and I can confirm that Jeff was pretty wasted at the last one. Can't wait to see what happens at this one. If you're new to MSPH Wrestling, do yourself a favor and check it out. This will be the biggest and the most must-see MSPH Wrestling event yet, with over 10 matches.
Oh, shit!
You don't want to miss it. Thanks again, everyone, for your support, and I'll see you on Saturday night. Peace.
I'm going to bring some Adderall or Coke to this MSPH Wrestling.
I mean,
have a
it
long event.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh.
There's been a whole cornucopia of illegal substances flying around the MSPH Wrestling Zoom party.
Yeah. Yeah, our Zoom parties are like euphoria parties. Did you guys watch that show?
No.
No.
I watched one episode, enough to know that I wouldn't like it. Season 2's coming out.
I do like that Zendaya, though.
Yeah, let her sit on my face and be a favor to me, really.
Let her sit on my face and poop.
For sure. Well, awesome announcement. I can't wait for MSPH Wrestling.
Yeah.
It's one of
always
my
a blast.
Favorite times of the year. It's fucking going to be so much fun. I got wasted last time. Probably get wasted this time. Hopefully I can defend my title belt and even bring home some more hardware, some more titles. But we'll
this
see.
time,
I'm nervous. I've been training.
Maybe you will full-blown puke this time and not almost puke.
What? Because of alcohol?
Yeah.
No, I puked. I just did it off camera.
Oh. Well, maybe this time you'll take the laptop with you.
Yeah. Show you guys some bathroom footage of me exercising the alcohol demons.
Hey, if that doesn't entice you, I don't know what will. But everybody, make sure you check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. We do a bonus show there every week. And then the $10 tier has all of our individual shows. Queef or No Queef, our Deal or No Deal show is returning. You got Kevin's Nerd Hole, Snack Attack, What the Fuck Did I Just Watch, Masters of the Pooniverse, Between Two Flushes. It goes on and on and on. Lots of stuff up there for you to check out. So patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. You can also be a part of voicemails. Yay! If you call 201-472-0139 and leave a message after the beep. But if you're shy, you can shoot your emails to madscientistpartyhour@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. And if you wouldn't mind chucking us a subscribe, our YouTube is youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Shuddy Boy, are you out on the road? You touring at all?
Nope, no dates at the Chuckle Hut or Laugh Factory or anything like that. Just staying stationary here in Q-Town.
There you go, friends.
The Q-Town residency.
All right, friends. Thank you for listening, but until next time...
Something!